so many members of the bar on a Saturday.
May I please, Your Lordship?
Yes.
My Lord, on 3 matter, actually, one day I prepare accommodation. My Lord, my brother is preparing, my Lord, 15, 16, and 17, my Lord. A small matter, my Lord. I personal difficulty today, my Lord. I'm supposed to leave Guwahati, my Lord.
Lordship, otherwise I have objection, but since he'll be out of station, some date may fix, Your Lordship.
My Lord, next week, my Lord, any day or 7th of December, my Lord.
7
7 of
December. Item 15, 16, 17. A joint request on 7th of December.
highly appreciate.
Obliged, Your Lordship.
May I please, my Lord, item number 13, my Lord, we have to file, my Lord, rejoinder. My Lord, we may be granted, my Lord, 7 days time so that we can file.
2?
7 days time to file
Or-
rejoinder.
2012 matter.
Yes. 17 matter.
Item number
13.
13 is 2000.
Sorry. 10. Item 10.
Oh, 10. Okay. Mr. M.E. Mondal, learned counsel for the petitioner, praise for is granted. 1 week's time. 1 week.
1 week.
To file rejoinder. List after 1 week.
Obliged, sir.
May I please, Your Lordship? Lordship, I beg to mention for listing of 2 matters on Friday, my Lord.
Friday.
Friday, my Lord.
For what?
For admission, my Lord.
For admission. All right.
Highly
Friday.
obliged.
That's two motion matter, my lord. In that case, my lord, I was directed to file a additional affidavit. I filed, my lord. It was last listed 5/8/22. Let it come on 22, my lord. 22.
Which matter?
Matter, 2 matters, pending matters, my lord. In this case, motion, it was listed in the motion column, but I was directed to file additional affidavit. I filed additional affidavit, but thereafter it has not been
These are not listed today.
not listed. Let it come on 22, my lord.
22.
Yes, my
All
lord.
right, 22.
May I please, Your Lordship? I beg to mention for listing in hearing, my lord.
For
On-
here, it will come for orders. Let it come on
23rd,
not 23rd.
2017.
29th. 29th. For
29th.
orders. For orders.
Order. It is fixed for hearing, my.
No, it is fixed. We can't fix it for hearing.
Okay.
Let it be listed for orders.
29, my.
Yes.
May I please, Your Lordship? I like to mention item number 9, Your Lordship. I'm not keeping well today, Your Lordship. Item number 9, Your Lordship. Your Lordship, I'm not keeping well today, Your Lordship. Kindly matter will fix up to with Your Lordship.
Item 9.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Obliged.
May I please, Your Lordship? Lordship,
Item
with the
9, huh? For the last over for the day. Yes.
Lordship, with the consent of others, I beg to mention item number 6. My senior has some personal difficulty, Lordship.
I thought you were pressing for urgent disposal.
Lordship, but senior has some difficulty, personal difficulty.
Ah,
That matter may be fixed on 23rd, Lordship.
no,
Thursday.
23rd is not possible. Then it has to be deferred. We can have it on 7th December.
7 December.
7 December.
Obliged, Lord.
At the request of learned counsel for the petition.
May it please your lordship. With the consent of the other side, I beg to mention item number 11, my lord. Lordship, this matter become infructuous. Honorable High Court order has been complied with, my lord.
Who's for the petitioner? It is submitted by MSMD Bora, learned counsel appearing for the respondent, that the directions contained in the order dated so and so passed in WPC so and so has been complied with. Say the such submission is not disputed by the counsel for the petitioner. Under such circumstances, this court would not like to proceed any further in the contempt proceeding. Accordingly, contempt petition stands closed. Notices issued are recorded. Disposed of.
Quickly oblige, my lord.
Yes.
But here, my lord, we have got the detailed instruction. In fact, my lord, as per my instruction, Lord, there is an error, inadvertent error on the part of the authority, Lord. He should have been given some marks. He appeared in the oral, Lord.
He
Well,
appeared.
He appeared. But somehow, my lord, that was not marked, and the number has been given in respect of the other candidate who was absent in the oral. But that now report has come and we have taken steps for rectification. But I have received the instructions, let me file the affidavit now, let it come on record.
Yes,
Yes, Lord, at that time, initial stage, respondent.
No, that was an instruction, my lord. It was not, that was not proper. In fact, they have said so. Now, after detailed verification of the records, it has come out. I can.
it is heard, learned counsel for the parties. It is submitted by the learned senior government advocate. Some on the basis of instructions received that the petitioner had indeed participated in the interview process. And some marks ought to have been allotted to the petitioner. However, it appears that notwithstanding it appears that although the petitioner had appeared, no marks were allotted.
Correct.
The department is taking steps to rectify
No.
the same and pass
No.
necessary orders. Stop. The learned senior government advocate submits that he be granted 2 weeks' time.
No.
Prays for time to file affidavit to bring these instructions on record. Stop. Mr. Bormon, learned counsel for the petitioner, does not object to the prayer made.
But Lordship may,
Yes,
Lordship may kindly observe, Lord, a pendency of this writ petition is not a bar, my lord, to
it is made clear that the pendency of the writ petition shall not be a bar for passing necessary orders rectifying the mistake which the respondents have now acknowledged
Lordship.
in respect of the petitioner for not granting marks in the interview process. Stop. Mr. D.K. Roy appears for respondent 4.
Yes.
Okay, let the matter be listed after 2 weeks, enabling the senior government advocate to file the affidavit.
My lord, the field officer's matter, my lord. It may be disposed of, my lord, in terms of.
Yes, yes, disposed of. It was disposed of yesterday.
Yesterday also, my lord.
You pass an order. Heard learned counsel is disposed, huh? Order.
I'm appealing for 2, 3, and 4. Isn't it?
Mr. S. Dotto appears for 2, 3, and 4.
One. No, no,
Mr. Gogoi for Finance Department. Under Dalo. Yes, disposed of.
no. Five.
This is regarding claim for promotion. Earlier, the petitioner approached this honorable court for a prayer that he should be promoted from the date, my lord, when these similarly situated persons were given the promotion. Now, my lord, pursuant to that order, he has been promoted. Now, my lord, that has not been given effective from the date his juniors are promoted. So he has made that claim in this petition, and exactly, my lord, similar order your lordship has passed in a exactly similar situation. Even the dates are same, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Gogoi. Similar order.
Similar, even the, my lord, dates of representation, that is also same, my lord.
Effect of seniority from?
My lord,
16/9/15.
16/9/2000.
Same.
Same, madam.
All right.
IPF for 2, 3, and 4. One will be my lord, chief secretary.
Okay, heard learned counsel for the petitioner, Mr. M.K. Chaudhary, senior counsel assisted by Mr. P. Bharadwaj, Mr. M.S.M. Bhattacharjee appearing for respondents number 1. You're for 1. One. Mr. B. Gogoi for
2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4. Anyone else?
No.
Disposed of in terms of similar order. All right.
May please, your lordship. Case of compassion appointment also. His father died in the year 2011. And application was also submitted in time, lordship, but that has not yet been lordship considered. The first application was page 22.
Where is the DLC recommendation?
No, no, neither in DLC nor in SLC, it has been placed.
Uh,
It has nowhere in place, DLC or SLC.
not placed.
No.
Mr. Gogoi,
Lordship,
what has happened?
you want to take instruction, your lordship, and para 7, your lordship, the writ petition, your lordship.
Uh,
He joined as a casual worker in officer response number 4, your lordship.
huh?
He joined as a casual worker in officer response number 4.
Hmm.
Since he has joined, since the matter of completion appointment, whether arises or not, at that case, I will take instruction for that, your lord.
That will not apply, but I have mentioned this statement regarding what since after filing this application, he was allowed to work initially. So accordingly, he joined his service. But after 4 or 5 years, he has been permitted as a casual worker. Now, nothing has been done. He is not working. So my
Because
prayer
he
is
terminated-
regarding the application of compensation appointment, not in casual worker.
He is not-
Because that is not permissible under compensation ground.
No, you find out where is your application?
Lordship, first page 22.
Page
22.
22.
The vernacular person. It was on Lordship 3/4/2011.
So this application, what happened to this application?
It has never been good. I have connect Lordship all
It should have been considered.
yes.
You consider it.
We'll consider this application, lordship. We'll consider this application if it's not been considered till date, your lordship. We'll place it in the, if it's eligible, we'll place it in a DLC.
Okay, heard. So we'll dispose of the
Dispose
matter.
of
Dispose of this matter, Lordship.
Okay, heard learned counsel for the petitioner. This writ petition is filed by the petitioner who is aggrieved by the non-consideration of his representation for compassionate appointment. Stop. Para the petitioner's father, late Arun Chandra Burman, was a regular employee of the Department of Forest and was employed in the Divisional Forest Officer, Divisional Forest Office, North Kamrup Division, Rongia, as a forest guard. Stopped during his service. The father of the petitioner died in harness on 26/02/2011, leaving behind his wife, the petitioner, and his siblings. Stop. The father of the petitioner being the sole earning member, the family suffered great hardship and had undergone severe financial crisis. Stop. The petitioner at the relevant point in time had cleared his class 10 HSLC examination and had acquired the minimum eligibility minimum qualifications required for being employed as in a grade 4 post. Stop. The petitioner accordingly applied for consideration for appointment in a grade 4 post by his application submitted on 3/4/2011. Stop. The said application was duly acknowledged, duly received and acknowledged, and the petitioner was assured that his prayer for compassionate appointment will be considered favorably. Stop. The petitioner was allowed to work as a casual worker by the
That will be the forest range officer, lord.
Hmm?
Response number 4, so forest range officer.
forest range officer in his office as a casual worker in his office. Stop. Whenever the petitioner visited the office of the respondents, he was assured that his application for compassionate appointment will be given due consideration. Stop. However, no such intimation came from the office of the respondents. Stop. it is submitted by the learned counsel for the petitioner that time and again, several meetings of the DLC SLC were held by the concerned authorities, but his case was never considered by the competent authorities. Stop. Several applications and representations were filed before the authorities concerned, which did not invite any response, which did not, to which the respondents did not issue any intimation to the petitioner. Stop. All the required documents were placed before the authorities concerned. Stop. Page number 15, you have given a list of cases.
Page number 15.
15, 1-5.
These are the cases, Lordship, who applied Lordship in the year 2012, 2002, 3, 4, 5, in all these years, and they have been
Forest Department.
all are forest department, and subsequently they have been appointed.
The learned counsel for the petitioner has referred to a list of writ petitions, a list of candidates who had also applied for compassionate appointment since the year 2015 onwards. Of these candidates had all applied for compassionate appointment under the various offices under the Forest Department. Stop. Their cases not having been considered, they had approached this court praying for appropriate orders. Stop. Upon such orders being granted, the cases of the petitioners were favorably considered. Stop. Learned counsel for the petitioner submits that he has approached this court praying for similar orders so that his case for compassionate appointment be considered and appropriate order be passed thereon. In respect of the application filed by the petitioners, by the petitioner. Under such circumstances, it is submitted that similar orders be passed for due consideration of his application for compassionate appointment. What is this writ appeal? Where Mr. R.R. Gogoi, learned standing counsel, submits that he has no instructions in the matter as on date. Stop. But having heard the learned counsel for the parties and upon due perusal of the pleadings on record, this court is of the considered view that the limited prayer in the writ petition is for an order to the respondents to give due consideration to the prayers made in the representation file seeking compassionate appointment. Stop. perusal of the pleadings revealed that no such consideration has been given to the representation filed by the petitioner. Stop. Under the scheme of compassionate appointment, the applications filed by persons seeking compassionate appointment are required to be forwarded to the district level selection.
Here in SLC lot.
There's an SLC allotted.
There's no DLC.
There's no SLC.
Why?
Because
As per the
notification, we have seen that this compassionate appointment are directly handled by the SLC, Your Lordship.
Where is that?
Page
notice?
28.
Page 28.
Page?
28.
28, Annex C.
Second paragraph.
Second paragraph.
What does it say?
It says, may I read the paragraph? Lordship?
Yes.
At the outset, the SLC reiterated the fact that the requirement for recommendation of the candidates to a district level committee doesn't apply, as the cadre of the employee of forest department is maintained at the state level and not at district level. The appointing authority for the post of grade 3 and 4 in the forest department is the PCCF and not the district level official. Keeping this in view, the requirement for recommendation of DLC for the forest department has been dispensed with by personnel B department number so and so dated 25/6/7 and government direction issued by number so and so 2007.
Okay. Stop. However, in the cases of forest department, sorry, what was the last? DLC, and upon such recommendations being made, the same are considered by the SLC, where the chairman is the chief secretary of the state. Stop. However, in the case of forest department, the applications are forwarded directly to be placed before and considered by the SLC. Stop. This is because of the fact that there are no district level posts available under the forest department. The appointing authority for grade 3 and grade 4 post in the forest department is the PCCF, Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, and not a district level official. In that view of the matter, the government had issued a notification being Personnel B Department's UO number 215/207 dated 25/6/2007 and government direction issued by the FRE 105/2004 246 dated 11/7/2007, page number 28. Stop. Under such circumstances, the cases of for consideration of compassionate appointment under the forest department are required to be placed before and considered by the SLC only. Stop. In the facts of the present case, it is seen that there is an application submitted by the petitioner which is duly acknowledged. However, the SLC minutes which are enclosed to the pleadings and are found in the pleadings do not reflect as to whether does reflect that the petitioner's name was never placed or considered by the SLC. Stop. Under such circumstances, this court considers it appropriate to issue a direction to the respondents to examine the claim of the petitioner and place it before the appropriate SLC for due consideration. Stop. In the event the same is placed before the SLC will consider the same and pass appropriate orders. As per the OM dated, as per the relevant OM,
Lodge.
as well as the provisions of law, as per the provisions of law. With the above direction, writ petition stands disposed of. Any order that is passed shall be furnished to the petitioner. The entire exercise be completed within a period of 2 months, 60 days.
3 months ago. 2 months ago.
60 days from the date of receipt of a certified copy of this one.
Obliged.
May I please, Your Lordship? Yes, my lord, regarding my lord, selection and appointment of Constable GD in Central Armed Police Force. Yesterday, my lord, Your Lordship, similar matter fixed on 23, my lord.
OBC,
OBC, my lord,
you are selected.
not selected. You should have got the higher mark, then the
You
last.
got higher mark than the last general.
category.
Fixed on 23.
23rd.
Well, let the matter be listed on 23 as similar matters are stated to be fixed on the said date. Mr.
Obliged.
So-and-so and counsels appear for the parties. Yes.
Obliged.
Your Lordship, my lord, here in this case, Lordship may kindly have a look at the order dated 13/9/2020. Lord, the petitioners and the private respondents.
13/9?
13/9/2023.
Yes.
Instruction was asked for as to how the petitioner and the private respondents were employed and nature of their duties, payment of salary, wages, etc. Yeah.
Yes, Lordship, but that report I have received is not proper, Lordship, but it's not complete report. Only there was a report from the circle officer addressed to the Additional Commissioner Revenue, Borpeta, Lordship, where as per documents, it is known that Ranjit Kalita and others were working as wages earner, chainmen till 30/6/2017. But after 30/6/2017, they were unauthorized absent and did not physically present in the office of the Bagbar Revenue Circle, Mandia, and not performed any official work after 30/6/2017. And as Ranjit Kalita and others have been unauthorized absent from 30/6/2017, the then circle officer not extended their service as they were casual wage employee and they were not keeping any communication with authority since 30/6/2017, Lordship.
Well, Lord, we have something to say against the circle officer is not the proper authority to make to submit reports.
Your instructions are not complete.
Lordship, only this much. And we have stated these things in our affidavit also, Lordship, when filed by the respondent number 4, Lordship. Additional Deputy Commissioner Borpeta on behalf of the Deputy Commissioner, Lordship. We already have stated in page 40. The same thing, whatever we have received, Lordship. Paragraph 4, we have stated, Lordship. The deponent begs to state that so-and-so Nayab Ali, Ranjit Kalita, Biren Chandra Das, Hari Das, so-and-so, Lordship. They were working on fixed pay in the office of the Block Development Officer, Mandia Development Block, and at Circle Office, Bagbar Revenue Circle, Mandia. As reported by the Circle Officer, Bagbar Revenue Circle, Mandia, from the document submitted by Ranjit Kalita and others before court, it is known that they are working as wages earner, chainman till 30/6/2017, but after that, they were not present in the office of the Bagbar Revenue Circle, Mandia.
Now, on what basis do they say they are not present? What is the material to say that?
Lordship, in that case, Lordship has to call record, Lordship, if they have any service record where they put their signatures on this daily.
No, it is for you to submit and tell us that there are documents, the records may be called for. You obtain your instructions as to whether any documents, records are maintained or not. You get this information from the concerned DC, Borpeta.
Okay, Lordship, my Lordship kindly fix it after a. The
It
first
is
week
only
of December,
after,
Lordship.
it is only after you submit that there are records to show that they are not present. Then we can call for the records if required.
No, that I'm not sure. This is not written here, Lordship.
I know. See, you have filed an affidavit.
Yes, Lordship.
In that affidavit, there is a statement that they worked till 36, 2017.
2017, yes.
So it must be on the basis of a record. It can't be on the basis of a knowledge.
Yes, Lordship.
So that record will be available at some level at the office on the basis of which the affidavit is sworn. So it is for you to verify that record because it is not enclosed in the affidavit.
Yes, that's true, Lordship.
And then if you want the records, you submit, we'll issue a direction to call for the records. If not, furnished to you otherwise.
Lordship.
There must be something on record because you see, it is not a vague date. It is not a date that sometime in 2017 they have stopped coming. It's a very specific date, 36, 2017.
Yes, Lordship. Date is specific.
So that means there must be some record available.
Yes, Lordship.
MS M.
Lordship,
Bhattacharjee, learned government advocate, submits that although certain instructions are received from the respondents, the same are however not complete. She seeks further time to obtain specific instructions. More particularly, in respect of, she seeks further time to obtain the instructions. Stop. Mr. A.R. Sikdar, learned counsel for the petitioner, submits that specific instructions be called for to reflect the date. Specific instructions be called for as to the status of the employment of the petitioners. Mr. R. Islam appears for the private respondents.
Yes, 7, 8, 9, 10.
7, 8, 9, 10. What do you submit? Records are not necessary.
It is up to your lordship and to the government.
All
Records
right.
are necessary. Why not? Because specific date is
All right.
given.
Mr. R. Islam appears for the respondents so and so. Accordingly, let the matter be listed after 2 weeks,
Lordship.
by which time the learned government advocate will complete her instructions and place before the court any material available to the effect, any material available with regard to the status of employment of the petitioners vis-a-vis the private respondents
Lordship.
under the Bagbor Revenue Circle, Mandia. Matter be listed again after 2 weeks.
Lordship, date may kindly.
Date 8th of February, 8th of
And-
December.
Lordship kindly fix it on 11th, Lordship.
11th of
Yes,
11th December.
Deeply obliged.
Deeply obliged.
Lordship may kindly say page number 18.
Page number?
18.
May I please know?
Basically, vacancy position, Lordship. It is at minutes of SLC. Would not recommend as 3 posts are already occupied by person appointed on compassionate ground, which constitute more than 5% of the cadre strength. Now, in that regard, Lordship, if the department shows the vacancy position, Lordship, then it can be placed again before the SLC. Revenue Department.
So what instructions have you got? Last order permitted you to get instructions.
It is just therefore I request to kindly provide necessary instruction regarding the execution of the. The instruction which we are seeking is already in here, in the in the minutes also. So, I don't think any that will help us or will help us to.
Yes.
May I please, madam. Madam, basically, I am contending that since DLC has approved me, the reason why SLC has rejected it. So they have mentioned it simply blindly that yes, 5% seat was already reserved on the.
Where is the DLC recommendation?
No idea. Minutes to minutes.
Lord, we are trying to refer that through annexure 3 itself, that is page number 16. That after the recommendation of DLC only, it has come to SLC.
So where is the recommendation of the SLC, DLC? Where is that, Mr. Government Council?
The minutes of meeting of DLC, Lordship. Lordship, we can get it from the.
Get it. Let us see. Learned Government Advocate is granted 2 weeks further time to obtain the minutes of the DLC meeting held whereby the petitioner's name was recommended for being considered by the SLC. Matter stands adjourned accordingly. Mr. Vishwakarma appears for the petitioner. After 11 December. 11th, Mr. C.S. Sharma Buru appears for yes.
Operation appointment, Lordship. The father of the prisoner died on 28/6/2013, Lordship. And thereafter, Lordship, he applied for a compulsion appointment within time, Lordship. And his application was forwarded to the Deputy Commissioner, Lordship, that is on 6/1/2014. Thereafter, Lordship, by the his name was reflected in the DLC, that is, Lordship, page 20, Lordship. And the relevant person is 25.
Yes, government.
Lordship, I also have checked, Lordship. It have to be considered once, Lordship. There is no policy, that means that is to be considered twice.
Where is the SLC minus? Where is the DLC minus first?
Lordship,
25.
25, Lordship. First DLC.
Huh?
25. First
25.
DLC.
25.
Lordship.
Yes, Lordship.
Serial number 14, Lordship.
Serial number?
14, 14. The Executive Engineer Irrigation Revagi Division submitted proposals for 10 noms of the applicant, 9 applicants for grade 3 and.
You are reading from which page?
Lordship, 25.
25.
Lordship.
25, there are 2 tables.
The first one, Lordship, that is for just below the serial number.
First
14.
table and.
Serial number 6.
6 is the.
Yes.
People Lotta. In the remarks column, there is no any observation, Lordship, whether it was rejected or recommended.
It is little next below
Next
that.
line says so. Below the table.
Lordship, after exhaustion of applicants, the committee decided to recommend the name of Sri Arup Guhai against the vacant post of so.
So Anup Guhai is at serial number 3.
Lordship.
Considering
as
economic
condition. So this has been taken care of, Lordship.
So it has been considered,
Yes.
implying that your cases have been rejected.
No, Lord. Lordship, kindly have a look at that tabular column, Lordship. At serial number 5, Lordship, Ranjit Borwa, just above the present petitioner.
Where is that? Ranjit Borwa, yes.
Yes. And thereafter, Lordship, Nitu Borgohai, Lordship. At serial number 7.
Okay.
Now, Lordship, kindly come to the next DLC, Lordship. Lordship will find it at page 39.
This is DLC or SLC?
DLC, Lord,
DLC.
DLC. Lord.
Ah.
Similarly situated to the present petitioner, Lordship,
Ah.
the Ranjit Borwa and the Nitu Borwa, Lord. Now, Lordship, I come to serial number 17, Lordship. E Irrigation Dhemaji. The Executive Irrigation Dhemaji Division submitted 6 norms of applicant proposals for grade.
This is a subsequent DLC.
Lordship, subsequent DLC.
Hmm.
And they recommend the application of the Ranjit Borwa and sorry, Nitu Borwa. If they were rejected in earlier DLC,
See,
Lordship,
there is one more thing. If you come to page 25,
Lordship.
25. This is for the post of grade 3
Great.
Yes, Lordship,
under the Office of Executive Engineer Irrigation.
Lordship.
Proposal for 10 numbers were sent.
Huh.
So the vacancy position is 16.
16,
So only one name has been recommended.
Lordship.
Why?
5%.
5%.
5%, Lordship.
5%. Okay. Then what was the occasion to recommend the names of the others at page 39?
Lordship, that I am not aware because in my instruction it is that the department has to keep it pending, Lordship. So department will send it to the DLC. So it's up to the department what they have done with this, Lordship.
Why department has not sent it? Why department is partisan?
This is of course, I have taken instruction of why his name was not sent. The other's name has been
It is
sent.
apparent
Lord,
that 2 other persons' names were sent in
that was
2015.
his case, Lord.
And when the vacancies have increased to 27, page number 39.
Lord. That you have perhaps Lordship in the next DLC, Lordship, his name was sent. Lord.
Hmm?
Page 56, Lord.
I'm basically pressing that the DLC, Lordship. That is
No,
the held.
56 is okay, but for some reason it was not sent.
Lord.
And then 56, what happened?
It was the DLC held in the year of 2022, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Then where is your name?
Lordship, that will find
62,
at page 62.
62.
Sorry?
62, Lordship.
62.
Lordship. At serial number 3.
Hmm.
And the remarks column, Lordship, placed on 18/9/2014, his case was considered. That is the remark, Lord.
So 1890 is what? This page
That is the
25.
first
First
DLC,
one, Lordship. First one.
Page 25.
Lordship.
So what is the meaning of this? Means that
Meaning by
no,
Lordship, that
no
in this
longer
case-
required to be considered.
Lordship, that is the DLC that how Lordship.
But then you'll have to explain why 2 other persons' names were subsequently sent. Why the cases of these petitioners were not considered.
Maybe Lordship, the 2 persons' name have been wrongly sent, Lordship.
No. What is their status? You have to get your instructions there.
Lordship. Lordship may dispose of also, Lordship.
No, we can dispose it off, but what is the vacancy position in page number 62?
Lordship, that is
Page number 62.
nil. Lord.
Nil.
Nil. But as per clause 15, Lordship, he may be accommodated in
Any other department. That is Madam.
And this DLC decided recommended all the cases of the applicants, Lordship, on the basis of the OM dated 1/6/2015, Lordship. So, in terms of those 15,
Where is the OM?
OM, Lordship, clause 15, Lordship, that is
53.
53, Lordship. If sufficient vacancies are not available in any particular office to accommodate the person in the waiting list for compassionate appointment, it is open to the administrative department office to take up the matter with other department offices of the government to provide an early appointment on compassionate ground to those in the waiting list.
What is the meaning of administrative department?
Lordship,
Lordship, by this probably Lordship means any other department, Lordship, any other administrative.
Who will decide? DLC or SLC?
DLC, Lordship.
DLC.
Lordship. DLC may call lordship vacancies from different departments of the particular district, lord.
Okay. Hard learned counsel for the.
Lordship,
petitioner.
I want to put one judgment of the division bench of this honorable court, Lordship, which is reported in 2022, 4 GLT 349, Lordship.
1 minute.
Baharuddin Laskar,
2022.
4 GLT 349.
What is the name?
Lordship, Baharuddin Laskar versus State of Assam and others, Lordship.
Yes.
Decided on 5/5/2022, Lordship, where the honorable division bench has held that service law, compassionate appointment, non-consideration of claim, absence of vacancies, effect of OM dated 1/6/2015 of Personnel Department, Government of Assam, clauses 9-15. Held scheme for compassionate appointment is not a means for regular entry into service, but an exceptional measure to alleviate sudden hardship when the breadwinner of the family dies in harness. Claim must be decided on the basis of the relevant scheme prevalent as on the date of demise of employee. Sympathy alone cannot be a source of remedy. No pleadings as to how the family managed to survive for last 6 years after death of the employee, primary breadwinner, incumbent on applicant to justify his claim. By showing evidence of exigent need and suffering of the family, applications of candidates which remain pending consideration for 2 years for want of available vacancies would require no further consideration and must be deemed to have spent their force. No, so there is no informative rejection of the claim.
What was the claim of the petitioner or the appellant?
In that case, almost the same, Lordship.
No, kindly read it out from the judgment and tell us what was the claim of the petitioner.
Lordship, in the paragraph to the appellant's father, who was working as a pump operator in the office of the respondent number 6, that is Assam Executive Engineer, Public Health Engineering Department, Lakhimpur Subdivision, Lakhimpur Kachar, died in harness in 25/2015. The petitioner filed applications for compassionate appointment on 13/7/2015. The said application was not considered by the district level committee Kachar by its meeting held on 19/7/2019. The application was rejected on the ground that there was no vacancies available to accommodate the petitioner. The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that in terms of the office memorandum dated 1/6/2015 issued by the Government of Assam Department of Personnel as per clause 15 of the said memorandum, if sufficient vacancies are not available in any particular office to accommodate the persons in the waiting list for compassionate appointment, it was open to the administrative department office to take up the matter with other departments of the government to provide at an early appointment on
You're
compassionate
reading my
grounds.
judgment.
Lordship.
You're reading my judgment.
Yes, Lordship. Then, Lordship, because this is only to mitigate the hardship that are faced, immediate hardship, Lordship. It is not that after 10 years they will come and they are seeking it as an avenue of employment, Lordship.
Oh, quite right. Quite right. I agree with all
And
your
here in
submissions.
this,
But answer me one question.
Lordship.
A candidate seeking compassionate appointment
Lordship.
under your own guidelines
Yes,
has got only one right,
yes,
which is right to be considered
yes.
fairly. Now you tell me from these pleadings
Yes.
whether it was exercised in case of the petitioner.
Lordship, page 69 is clear, Lordship. There is
No,
one-
not 69.
Lordship.
There is another page in between. That second
DLC.
Second DLC.
I already have replied to your Lordship because it is up to the department
No,
whether they
that's
keep
right.
it pending or not, Lordship.
No,
They
no, no.
have to forward the name.
Exactly.
Yes.
So when I say you means the department, the
Yes,
state,
definitely.
everybody.
Definitely, Lordship.
So why the department is duty bound to give reasons at least to the petitioner that why
Yes,
his
Lordship.
name was not sent or selected. That
Lordship.
the department is required to tell him.
Yes, Lordship. But
Or
here
at least-
I have
or
to
at
read
least-
further, Lordship, for Lordship.
Or at least explain in the order why it has not been done.
Lordship, in the judgment, paragraph 7, Lordship.
No, let us read the facts first. What were the facts involved?
Yes.
This is a case where you see he applied for compassionate appointment prior to the 1/6/2015 notification.
Here also, Lordship, here also that prior to the notification, Lordship. In
Then
this case, here also, Lordship, prior to the notification. Paragraph 7, then paragraph 9, Lordship. Paragraph 7, the appellant is aggrieved that the department, while rejecting representation of the petitioner seeking compassionate appointment, did not consider the provisions of clause 15 of the said memorandum by taking up the matter with other departments, officers of the government to provide an early appointment to the appellant on compassionate ground. Then paragraph 9, Lordship. Paragraph 8, they have referred the NC Santos case, Lordship. 9, the scheme for compassionate appointment is not a means for regular entry into service as per the service rules. It is an exception to the recruitment procedure laid down in the service rule. The scheme of compassionate appointment was introduced by the government to benefit the sudden hardships and misfortune which befall on a family when the sole breadwinner dies in harness. The primary objective of the scheme is to enable the family and the legal heirs of the deceased employee to tide over the financial hardships by providing employment to the family of the deceased employee subject to fulfillment of the requirements laid down under the scheme. The object of compassionate appointment has been succinctly laid down by the Apex Court in Umesh Kumar Nagpal versus State of Haryana, reported in 1994 4 SSC. Then this has been discussed, Lordship. Then in paragraph 12.
no, that's all right. But
Yes,
the basic principle of 2 years,
yes,
they've
Lordship.
been lying for non-consideration of vacancies for 2 years. That still applies.
It is already considered, and there is nowhere any law that it has to be considered twice, Lordship.
No, no, no. That is the law given in the judgment passed earlier.
Passed earlier, that means,
For
Lordship,
2 years.
this
What is,
case.
no. What is the purpose of keeping it for 2 years? The purpose is that
Yes.
once you file an application, it is considered and you find that it is not there, you put it up for consideration again.
It is
But
again the department who has to.
that's
say,
right.
Lordship.
So the
Yes,
question
Lordship.
is really to the department to answer why
Yes.
his case was singled out.
Because DLC sits with all the departments, Lordship. So the particular department, they have to forward.
So but if it was singled out for reasons which are not,
Yes, it is,
Certainly.
they have to explain, Lordship.
no, they have to explain, but
Yes,
once they
Lordship.
explain, then
The
he is
explanation,
entitled to be
Lordship,
considered.
would not help the petitioner now at this stage. Lordship.
Hmm?
The explanation, Lordship, why the name were not sent at the 2015 DLC would not help the petitioner at this point, Lordship. They were
No,
not
no,
sent,
it's not a question of could not,
Lordship.
it's a question of why his name was not considered. First,
Somehow,
you tell us
Lordship,
why it was not considered.
Maybe, Lordship, somehow
Not
And
maybe,
if he
you have
was
to give
ever,
the,
Lordship, what prevented him to come before your Lordship?
no, all these things are irrelevant when you are,
Yes, if it is. It
no, no,
is
no, you
known
are,
to him on
it is your
2015.
action, madam, please don't try to skirt the question. This is an action, this is a part of the record. Department has to furnish the records as to why you skip one name
Yes.
and then send other names. You can't say that perhaps this and perhaps that. You tell us from your records.
It is the department.
It is
Yes, Lordship.
possible that this man was offered, he did not respond. It is possible.
Maybe it's Lordship.
It is possible that he was sought for, that his application should be sent. He did not respond. He was nowhere to be found. We don't know. But at least you must make an attempt, an endeavor to get the records.
Lordship,
Get the-
Lordship.
We can't leave it
This
to
will,
presumption.
yes, Lordship.
Lordship.
We can't leave it to presumption. Whether he gets a job or not is
Yes,
not our
Lordship.
concern. Our concern is whether he was considered fairly.
Why his name was not.
No, he is considered fairly.
Lordship.
He has been able to make out a case that subsequently 2 other persons above him, below him have been considered. His name is not there. Why? There's no answer.
Correct.
It is possible that you may have made a assessment
Lordship.
of his financial standing and then
Yes,
decided
yes,
that it is
Lordship.
not
There are
possible.
criteria
Possible.
are there. Yes,
It is
Lordship.
possible. So get these records. Let us see what happens.
Lordship, I have a little bit of submission, Lordship. The DLC, Lordship, which is held on 11/02/2022.
Please number.
Page 56, Lordship, the last DLC 2022.
Ah.
It is a policy decision of the government to complete all the pending cases. All the pending cases.
That is all right.
And they considered the cases of all of applicants, Lordship, as per the OM dated 1/6/2015, Lordship. So I have a limited fair, Lordship, to dispose of the matter to.
No. Pending, see, this is a decision of the government to consider all cases subject to vacancies being available. Now, in this case, assuming your case was directed to be considered, the vacancy position reflects there is no vacancy.
Then any error department, any other department, Lord, as per clause 15. That is my humble submission, Lord.
Then you'll have to come over this judgment.
This is policy decision of the policy decision of the.
Yeah, I am bound by my own judgment.
Lord.
You have to explain. Slightly on different facts, but since the learned counsel has placed the judgment, you'll have to address the court on this. Go through the judgment.
Record may be called for. Record may be called for, Lord, from the
What
department.
record? Why should we call for record? It is for them to furnish and tell us
Right.
what records are there. But ultimately, see, all he's asking for is a consideration.
Or if, Lordship, why his name was not signed at that point of 2015 DLC may not help him, Lordship.
But was there any bar for the DLC to apply clause 15?
That is why.
DLC.
It DLC,
There was no bar.
but it is, normally it is exercised by the SLC launch,
What?
the clause 15.
That is why I asked you, what is the meaning of administrative department?
Yes, the administrative department and the SLC, SLC directs the administrative department to look for this.
You get a clear instructions with regard to this applicability of clause 15. Clause 15, there are two stages.
Lordship.
There can be two interpretations, three
Lordship.
interpretations. One is, as you say, that it is to be applied only by SLC.
Yes, Lordship.
One is that it is to be applied by the DLC first, because the DLC in a district will know where the vacancies are available,
Lordship.
because all the district offices are available. And then send the recommendation to the SLC, and SLC will consider it.
Lordship.
The third is that it is applicable at both levels. That is why I'm asking you, what is the meaning of this administrative office?
Okay, Lordship. Okay.
Hmm?
To get the instruction on that particular point.
It is open to the administrative department
Yes, Lordship.
/ office to take up the matter with other administrative departments or office. Now here the administrative department will be what? Executive engineer.
The
So you can
particular-
take up and find out if vacancies in other departments are available. We'll close it. You redo the exercise and pass an appropriate order,
Lord, yeah.
because your instructions will not come.
Lordship.
So we will close the matter instead of keeping it pending. Heard learned counsel for the parties, this writ petition is filed by the petitioner, aggrieved by his non-consideration or compassionate appointment by the competent authorities. Petitioner's father was working under so-and-so, he died on so-and-so date. Person thereto applied for compassionate appointment by his application dated so-and-so. Matter was first considered by the DLC by its meeting held on 18 September 2014 under the office of the Executive Engineer Irrigation Dhemaji Division. Name of the petitioner was considered along with all other similarly situated candidates. Name appeared at serial number 6. Stop. In the in respect of these vacancies, the DLC concluded that after examination of all the applications, DLC recommended the name of one Sri Orup Guhai against the vacant post of grade 3, considering economic conditions. The name of the person recommended appears at serial number 3 above the petitioner. Stop. It is to be noted that in the DLC minutes, the vacancy position for the year 2013 was shown to be 16 numbers in grade 3 and nil vacancies in grade 4. Stop. Under such circumstances, 5% being the reserve, 5% being the percentage earmarked for filling up vacancies through compassionate appointment, only one name was recommended. Stop. Para learned counsel for the petitioners submits that subsequently there was another DLC meeting held on 4/6/2015, in which names of two other persons were recommended for grade 3 and were recommended for grade 3 and grade 4 posts respectively. Stop. It is the submission of the learned counsel for the petitioner that the names of these two persons also appeared in the earlier were also considered along with the petitioner by the earlier DLC held on 18/9/2014. Stop. The names of these persons are Tonu Sonwal and Vipul Sonwal.
No, Lordship. Ranjit Borua and Nitu Borua. Ranjit Borua and Nitu Borua.
Where is it? Ranjit Borua and
Nitu Borua.
Nitu Borua. Sorry. Ranjit Borgohain and Nitu Borua. Ranjit Borua and Nitu Borgohain. Stop. The names of Ranjit Borgohain, Ranjit Borua and Nitu Borgohain appeared at serial number 5 and 7 respectively in the list of names considered under the earlier DLC, by the earlier DLC on 18/9/2014. Stop. The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that there is no reason cited. There is no reason. The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that there is no intimation as to why, intimation given to the petitioner as to why his name was not considered along with the other two persons when the vacancies were available. Stop. That apart, in a special DLC meeting held on 11/2/2022, the name of the petitioner was again considered. However, for want of vacancies, his name was left out. His name could not be recommended. Stop. It is the grievance of the petitioner that in terms of the OM dated 1/6/2015, name of the petition, the case of the petitioner ought to have been considered against vacancies available under other administrative department at as per clause 15 of the OM. Stop. Para. Learned government advocates MS M. Bhattacharjee and Mr. Upadhyay, N. Upadhyay appearing for irrigation strongly opposes the case prayers made in the writ petition. Stop. It is submitted by the learned government advocates that the case of the petitioner was duly considered by the DLC on 18/9/2014, and the same could not be recommended because of the lack of vacancies. Stop. Thereafter, it was again placed before the DLC on 2011 to 2022, on which date also no recommendation could be made because the case of the petitioner was found to be considered by the earlier DLC dated 18/9/2014. Stop. MS M. Bhattacharjee, learned additional senior government advocate, submits that there is no requirement for repeated consideration of the names once it is considered and rejected and not recommended by the DLC. Stop. That apart, why the name was not considered for the second DLC which was held on? Why the name was not placed before the second DLC, which was subsequent DLC, which was held on 4/6/2015, would be known to the departmental authorities and who are represented by Mr. Vaidya. Stop. Learned government advocate submits that the case of the petitioner does not merit consideration by this court in view of judgment of the division bench of this court rendered in Baharuddin Law Score reported in so and so, where this court was a member of the bench. Stop. Learned government advocate submits that by this judgment, this court considered a similar case and rejected the appeal preferred on the ground that consideration of compassionate appointment is not a matter of right, and there are other considerations including financial standing which are required to be considered, and it is only upon such material available or placed before the court to its satisfaction that its claim for due consideration under the OM dated 1/6/2015 ought to be ordered. Where Mr. N. Upadhyay, learned Standing Council Irrigation, submits that he has no instructions as to why the name of the petitioner was not placed before the subsequent DLC held on 4/6/2015. Stop. He reiterates the submissions made by the learned government advocate and submits that once the name has been not recommended, there is no question of repeated consideration. Stop. He submits that there is no infirmity in the minute cell in the decision of the DLC held on 11/2/2022, wherein it is reflected that the name of the petitioner was earlier considered by the DLC on 18/9/2014 and could not be recommended because of lack of vacancies. Learned counsels, para-learned counsels for the parties have been heard. The minutes of the DLCs available in the pleadings have been carefully perused. Stop. The judgment of this court rendered in Baharuddin Law Score versus so and so has also been carefully perused. Stop. In Baharuddin Law Score, the question before the court was whether the that the question before the court was whether in terms of the judgment of the NC Santos rendered by the apex court, whether the in a given case where an application was filed prior to the memorandum dated 1/6/2015 ought to be given, ought to be considered in terms of the memorandum and the benefits of the various clauses be granted to the petitioner. Stop. Under the facts of that case, the division bench negated the appeal, negated the submissions and rejected the appeal on the ground that there was no material to suggest how the petitioner survived for as to how the number of years which has elapsed and in the facts of that case, the petitioner survived without giving any particulars about the financial standing of the petitioner therein or the appellant therein. Stop. Under such circumstances, this court came to a finding. Division bench rejected the claims of the appellant therein and held that the consistent view of the apex court in several judgments rendered and the law enunciated by the apex court in Umesh Kumar Nagpal versus State of Haryana reported in so and so, and the subsequent judgments thereafter, that financial standing is one of the criteria, is the criteria to be examined before the claim of compassionate appointment of a petitioner has to be considered. Stop. While there is no quarrel with the law laid out by the apex court, as well as the ratio laid down in the division bench judgment dated so and so, the question before this court is the claim of the petitioner to be considered fairly along with other similarly situated persons by the respondent authorities. Stop. It is seen from the minutes dated 18/9/2014 that as many as 10 persons, as many as 10 candidates were considered for appointment in compassionate, for given the benefit of compassionate appointment in cases of any vacancies. Stop. The vacancy position for grade 3 was 1, whereas for grade 4 there was nil vacancies. Stop. Under such circumstances, the person at serial number 3 of that list, namely Sri Anup Gohai, was given the appointment. Stop. Subsequently, there was another DLC meeting held on 4/6/2015. In the said meeting, names of 2 persons were recommended for the vacancies which arose. The names of these persons are Ranjit Borwa and Nitu Borgohain, respectively, and whose names also appeared at serial number 5 and 7, respectively, in the in the list of candidates considered by the DLC in its earlier meeting held on 18/9/2014. Stop. The minutes, subsequent minutes of 4/6/2015 are silent as to the names of other candidates, including the writ petitioner, whose name appeared at serial number 6 of the earlier list of candidates, as to the reasons the case of the petitioners were not considered. Stop. The Department of Now, the executive engineer irrigation Dhemaji division. May have the specific reasons as to why the name of the petitioner was not considered. Stop. Although in the subsequent special DLC meeting held on 11/2/2022, names of the petitioner was shown to have been considered earlier on 18/9/2014. Even in this minutes, there is no reflection as to the subsequent minutes held pursuant to 18/9/2014. Subsequent meeting of the DLC held pursuant to 18/9/2014. Stop. Under such circumstances, this court is of the view that the department is required to give reasons as to why the name of the petitioner was not put up for consideration before the DLC in the meeting held on 4/6/2015, when two other similarly situated persons were considered and were given appointment on compassionate ground. Stop. These reasons not being available before the court, in spite of opportunities being granted earlier. This court is of the view that the matter would require reconsideration at the hands of the DLC to and examine the reasons as to why the name of the petitioner was not forwarded end of league or not considered by the DLC in its meeting held on 4/6/2015 at a time when two other similarly situated persons' cases were considered. Stop. The respondents, more particularly the executive engineer irrigation Dhemaji division, is duty bound to furnish the reasons for not forwarding or non-consideration of the case of the petitioner by the DLC. Stop. If such reasons were placed before the DLC, then the DLC would be required to examine those reasons and pass a reasoned order in respect of the case of the petitioner. In terms of the above direction, the writ petition stands disposed of. The directions contained shall be carried out within a period of 60 days
Lordship.
from the date of receipt of a certified copy of this order. Writ petition disposed of accordingly.
My friend will submit a copy to the executive engineer.
Submit a copy.
To the executive engineer concerned.
The petitioner will furnish a certified copy of this order to the executive engineer.
Dhemaji division.
Irrigation, Dhemaji division.
Obliged.
Deeply obliged. Your Lord.
Okay.
Yes.
Matter of 2012,
Yes.
date it up to 1997.
Hmm.
Petitioner approaches 4 years later.
Hmm.
Component of compassion, my lord, goes away now.
What is this? Compassionate.
Compassion appointment, my lord, the textbook corporation.
But
Affid-
then
affidavit
the
is there.
person was appointed as what, work charge or something like that.
My lord, this is a corporation which depends upon its own revenue. So the nomenclature applied to him was, my lord, sale, my lord, something, my lord, some associate. Apart from that, my lord, affidavit has been filed.
Hmm.
Categorical stand has been taken. Umesh Nagpal has been quoted.
Hmm.
And my lord, he approaches the authority for appointment at paragraph 6 of the affidavit of opposition after 4 years of attaining majority, my lord.
No, this is wrong, my lord.
His mother applied,
Affidavit filed by whom?
it's
Manager.
my lord by, my lord, he is the manager, my lord.
Hmm.
Respondent number two, on behalf of 2 and 3.
Hmm. No, but you were given the petitioner's case is that she was given,
It
she or
was
he.
my lord. Mother was there, mother applied, it doesn't result any, it is the version of petitioner, did not result in anything. So when the son, my lord, attained majority, my lord, he applied,
Okay.
I attained majority in the year 2001.
2001.
I was appointed in 2004. The appointment is to take
Appointment as what?
appointment as a seasonal appointment in the state department where my father was working as a peon.
Where is your appointment order?
My lord, the appointment order is a very peculiar. My lord, says
4 months, my lord, page 19. 11. Page 19.
19, my lord.
And then
Then it is continued extended up to 2010. Every year extending. This is a peculiar type of my lord, appointment. There is nowhere in the Assam. There is a seasonal appointment. There is no description.
then what
no
happened
paper.
in what happened in 2010?
Then 2000, my lord, I wait for extension. Thereafter, my lord, immediately after I filed this petition.
No?
Filed this petition.
No, no.
Because-
What is your status now?
Status, I'm no, I have lost my job
When?
since 2011. After the 10 is, I work up to 10, then I filed a writ petition was heard, but I was absent. It is rejected by the honorable single judge. Then I prefer an appeal. Appeal was allowed by setting aside the judgment. Then remand back before your lordship. But that doesn't, appeal is not before your lordship, but I have a order copy.
So you tell me, why should we take a different view than the order dated 23/8/2013?
My lord.
There is an order which was ultimately interfered with,
Yes,
but this order is available on record.
yes.
The view of the court is there. So appears to be a reasonable view.
Well, I was appointed, my lord. But they understand that my petition rejected, kindly see this order.
Hmm.
I came after 16 years. Not I came missing, totally vague. Well, this, their affidavit itself is admitted first. And if it is their affidavit, there is a 4-page affidavit, only the statement. There is no document. They stated this and that, this and that. There is no document. Itself is has a no value, otherwise, no force in the either eye of law. Which is paragraph 5. What is stated, my lord? There is affidavit. It is a statement, my lord. Not supported by any document. I've already is given my lord in the jet.
Which
Purely
one?
temporary
Which
decision.
statement you're referring?
I am referring, my lord, page 2, paragraph 5
Of?
of my this affidavit filed by this correspondent.
Paragraph 5, yes.
Yes. That with regard to the medical statement, paragraph number 4 and 4 to 6, the petition, it is stated and submitted that admittedly the petitioner father expired 97 and the petitioner first application was made more than 4 years. More than 4 years, it is correct, because I was in minor. In between, after the death, within a year, my mother was applied for, but no result. There is no decision, even they also not. What I have annexed I have stated this in my petition. Because as per this, my lord, I'm reading, my lord. However, since the Assam State Textbook Production and Publication Corporation Limited, hereafter referred to as so-and-so, requires some extra worker. What is extra worker? I do not know, because it is totally compensatory ground. I am not extra worker for his various sales depot.
Now, since when have you lost your job?
I lost since 10.
Then what relief do you want today?
My repetitions, my lord, prayer is that to regularize my appointment.
How can it be done today?
That is different line of.
Where is your termination order?
There is no termination order. That is the thing, my lord.
You have not been allowed to join.
Thereafter, nothing. Because every year, that is why I have submitted all the year extension order. Since 2004 to up to 2010. Up to 10, there is no, even the man Achyut Ranjan Das, there is a 10 clauses. There is a no DLC, there is a no order passed by the department, even then government. Oh, well, that is why before a lawsuit, this is pending lot 13 years. although my.
This person should have approached this court in 2014 itself, my lord.
No.
This line of appointment is totally different, my lord. His prayers camouflage.
He applied in, he filed
My
this
line
case
of
in
department, whether
2012.
anything
12,
past-
my lord.
Huh?
No, my lord, what I'm saying, my lord,
Hmm.
going by his prayer to regularize this temporary appointment, his line of argument is totally different. What is, my lord, agitated in the writ petition, my lord. One way he says that was a compassionate appointment, other point he
No,
says,
no,
well,
no.
it's a compassionate appointment.
No.
Let him be
I
clear
was
first.
appointed, I
So-
was appointed, let me to say, it will, I will say matter otherwise. My question is that, my allegation is that, I was appointed. If one day appointed is appointed, compulsory ground is accepted. Why river way? I was accepted. I am not a compulsory ground. I come for regulation of my appointment. This is my clear cut, my pair.
Regular appointment on compassionate ground.
Yes.
Then
Because they are giving the stopgap, that is the seasonal appointment. Automatically, my pair would be like this.
no, let me understand your prayer.
Yes.
Are you submitting that it is a case for regularization?
Yes,
Or is it a case for regularization in compassionate appointment?
in compassion, because I was
So-
appointed, my lord.
So you
I
were
was
appointed, but you were appointed on a temporary basis.
Maybe, my lord.
Subsequently, you were not allowed to join. So today there is no question of
Cannot be
regularization.
joined. Is it- That is a no order passed by the department.
Whatever it is,
Yes.
you are not working.
Yes.
So there has to be a specific direction as to why you are not allowed to join.
That is why, that is my view of.
What
acting
is
because
what is the reason he is not allowed to join
no
or
reason has
not
been
allowed to
shown.
work, Mr.
No reason
Gogoi?
has been shown.
My lord will see his appointments, my lords. Those are all purely a temporary basis, my
Yes.
lords. See, it was seasonal, my lord. Once the season goes.
What is the meaning of seasonal?
Seasonal, my lords, this corporation is engaged in a distribution of books,
Hmm.
3 books. My lord, when, my lord, this season of distributing academic books comes, my lord,
Hmm.
we need some extra men, my lords. That is the reason.
No, that's all
the
right.
seasonal,
But
my lords.
for the last, since when were you not allowed to join?
Up to 10. Up to 10, I was working 2004, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Then since 2000 order. That is my lord, page 27 is the last.
And my lord will see page 8, my lord, is prayer, total innocuous prayer, my lord. Prayer at page 8, my lords. Prayer portion.
It is
First-
too late in a day, Mr. Paul.
My lord.
It is too late in a day.
My lord,
With no
there
effective
is a
relief,
no
what
delay,
relief
my
can
lord.
we give you?
There is a no delay. I was appointed. I filed a writ petition. Writ petition was rejected.
When were you last allowed to work?
Last allowed to work, my lord, that is one thing, page 27.
27.
Yes, my.
2010.
My lord.
2010.
2010.
9/11/2010.
And kindly see the order. It will automatically end on 2015/3/2011.
Yes,
Thereafter, no renewal.
no renewal. That is the extension order. This is the order. All the, I did the job.
Whatever it is, after this 9/11/2010, there was no extension order.
Yes,
So you approached this court in 2012.
12, my lord. Because I hope to get extend in the year 2011. Then before immediately after, because I was appointed. Whatever may be is seasonal, 1 day or 2 days. Question of compulsory grant already admitted.
Now, what is the position of your
There is nothing.
Mr. Gogoi? What
thereafter.
is the situation now?
Situation as of my lord, my lord, these are seasonal employments, my lord. And no more, now, my lord, there is a government order. My lord, these all are, my lord, that season of distribution of books, my lord, has been leased out to private players, my lord.
When?
It's that I have to seek instruction. Otherwise, my lord, these seasonal hands are not required anymore, my lord.
No, that's what we asking you. In your affidavit, you have not made this statement.
There is nothing, my lord. There is no.
Well, it's an affidavit of
My
2000.
termination order.
So
It's
therefore,
an affidavit of 2012, my lord. Policy decision is later, my lord.
that's right. So on the date when he approached this court, you did not take a policy decision to discharge seasonal workers.
My lord, his appointment order is very clear. He accepted them.
Question is, why? The question is, number one, you may be a corporation,
My lord.
but You are a government corporation.
Yes, yes,
So there are some norms and rules and regulations which you're bound to follow.
yes.
You cannot hire and fire anybody as per your whims and fancies.
But that was never agitated. In 2004 itself, my lord.
No, that
2004
is
to
his
10,
case.
no, 2004 to 11, my lord.
Ah.
He accepts that terms and he
What can he
discharges his
do?
functions.
What can he do? He's looking for a job. You have given him in 4 months, 6 months. He's accepting whatever is coming his way.
Job.
No, that was on a totally different
Is
basis.
it-
my lord.
Is this situation available to him that a man looking
And
for
now,
a
my lord,
seasonal part-time
we
job
my
at
lord,
4,000 rupees is going to come to
I
the court
understand, my
and
lord. We
question?
can offer him empathy. Otherwise, my lord,
Understand, my lord,
apne
it's
ko
a-
बोले? apne ko-
So therefore, the only question is,
apart from, my lord,
Ah.
during the pendency of this petition, my lord,
Hmm.
numerous judgments have come
Hmm.
that that component of composition, my lord, this person has survived.
no,
Even assuming from
compassionate,
2012,
we are giving out compassionate.
my lords.
The question is, assuming you are agitating compassionate, then you have to explain why in compassionate appointment you are giving him a seasonal appointment.
Seasonal appointment. Is there is any
Is it a
rules?
seasonal appointment or is it a compassionate
It
appointment?
is seasonal employment,
So if it is a seasonal
my lords.
appointment, then this compassion issue does not arise at all.
So leaving apart that component also, now, my lord, assuming that person, his cause of action arises in 2012, but he accepted all in, my lord, in perpetual from 2004, 2012, he accepts his mode of appointment and his terms of appointment from 4 to 12. No agitation, my lord. Now he says he's happy with that. Now from 2012 or 11, we say we don't require your services now.
No, that's what we are asking you. What are your rules and regulations to say that? Place it before the court. Do you have a set of rules and regulations?
There has to be.
You are
There
not
has to be, my
yeah,
lord.
exactly. So
There has
place
to
it before the court. On what basis you
But perhaps my lord will kindly go through his prayer, my lord. The prayer portion says he cannot plead beyond his prayer, my lord.
No, that's
His
quite
prayer
right.
says, my lord,
His prayer
regularization of his compassion appointment. First, there has to be appointment compassion ground. That only it can be, my lord, regularized.
No, that apart, you will always find that there is another sentence in the prayer, any other further orders.
Yes.
That may be, my lord, but what he has pleaded from has to be, my lord, confined to his own pleadings, my lord.
No, but then your pleadings also will have to be supported by the rules and regulations
My
under
lords.
what circumstances you are appointing people in seasonal basis.
Seasonal basis.
You are saying that it is not compassionate.
No, it's not compassionate.
But your affidavit is giving, is taking a stand on how compassionate appointment
My
should be
lords.
made. So it is not a case, it is not your case that, where have you stated that it is not compassionate?
One hand and other hand says that seasonal.
Where have you stated that this is not a compassionate appointment? You have stated that you have given him seasonal.
Seasonal.
My lord, on a very sympathetic consideration, the petitioner has been engaged in temporary works from time to time. Paragraph 5 of the concluded portion, my lord. Conclusion.
So why the sympathy ended in 2011?
Yes.
Well, we don't require him now.
Is there is any, my lord, order?
How can that be?
He accepts his mode of appointment from 2004 to
Maybe. I mean,
2011.
because I got the.
He accepts because you have offered him in
offered
such
you.
terms.
He accepted.
He accepts,
He's
my
made,
lord.
he's
I-
made a
Elizabeth
consistent,
here.
he's made a consistent.
This is not done, my lord. Sometimes my lawyer also has a duty to, my lord, this advises kind of clients that this is 2012, this is 2023, my lords. And my lords, only, my lord, I'll come with that, my lord. How this person is appointed, my lord? If that is the position. If my lord takes away the compassionate component, my lord.
No, first you tell us whether it is compassionate or not.
It is not compassionate, my lord.
So if it is not compassionate, why are you urging compassionate?
No, I am imploring your lordships to take out the component.
We are taking it
component.
out, yes.
my lord will take out. my lord.
Yes, notwithstanding.
Then his case becomes a
notwithstanding-
case of simplicity, a case of
Notwithstanding your averments of compassionate
My lord.
appointment in para number 6.
Yes, my lord. Then, my lord, this case becomes a case simpliciter of, my lord, this discharge without notice and, my lord, his regulation. That's all, my lord. The element of compassion.
Very
goes, my
well,
lord.
you
Compassion
show
goes,
us.
my lord.
What
That's
are
all,
your,
my lord.
what are your reasons?
That I'll come, my lord. That if my lord directs me, my lord, I'll come under what
Where's the,
circumstances you
where's the
employ.
question of issuing a direction? It's a direction by the division bench to
My
re-hear the matter.
My lord. No, I am seeking a direction from your lordship. If my lord takes out my lord is very correct. The component of compassion goes out. Now his case is simpliciter. Why he was discharged? Reasons for that. and while discharging, my lord, whether notice was given to him or not. As far as I can understand, my lord. I may be wrong, my lord. I may be stand corrected, my lord. If the compassion element goes, this is a different total footing altogether, my lord.
No, whether it falls under this compartment or that compartment is a different issue, but you see, you are the employer.
My lord.
You have to show that these are the rules, these are the regulations under
No
which
rules.
we appoint people. Your affidavit doesn't contain anything about it. That there's a policy decision or there's a set of
Lordship will
regulations.
give me 1 week, my lord. I'll come with that. And lordship will kindly reflect, my lord, one thing, my lord, that this element of compassion need not be discussed anymore, my lord.
Why?
Because, my lord, there's a pleaded case, and what has fallen for your lordship, that,
If you are ready to urge this matter today, we'll hear it and decide
my
the
lord,
matter.
in that
But
case, my lord, I have judgments, my lord, this P. Venkatesh, Umesh Nagpal, everything is there with me, my lord.
Sohail Nagpal is something
And his
different.
prayer was so twisted. He says regulation of a
That-
compassion appointment.
That is already
No, no.
considered.
See, the whole difficulty is
By
he is,
this honorable
he is
decision
under the, whether he, whether it is a genuine stand or a stand which he has come out at the instance of the council is a
Once
different issue. Kindly listen to it.
My lord.
His case is that he's been given an impression that it's a compassionate appointment.
Yes.
But a compassionate appointment which is to be renewed every 4 months, 3 months, whatever.
That kind
So
of.
therefore, he has approached his court seeking a
My
regularization.
lord.
That is his prayer. Now, you are objecting to it by saying that it's not a compassionate appointment.
My lord.
Or it is if it is a compassionate appointment, then these are the principles Umesh Nagpal
My
and
lord.
other judgments
Yes,
will have to be followed. But before that, you will have to satisfy the court. What are your regulations for making these appointments? You can't. This is not an appointment made as a personal staff of the managing director.
My lord.
This is in the office.
My lord.
Salaries or wages paid out of public funds. So under what policy is a man being appointed and allowed to work for 3-4 years?
My lord.
And then suddenly told that you are not required.
Because, my lords, the terms of the appointment are very clear.
The terms of
He
the
is subject to
appointment,
discharge without any notice, and this is his.
provided
superior.
it is governed by a set of regulations,
There has to be
rules,
rules, sir.
decisions.
There has to be rules. There has to be rules.
So in an affidavit filed as far back as 2012 or 14, it is not there under what circumstances this person was
That,
appointed.
what happened in 2014, I cannot comment, my lord. I was in my academic pursuits.
Hmm.
So, my
2012.
lord, if my lord fixes this matter on a fixed date after a week, my lord, I'll bring what.
No,
What are the
we
bylaws,
are
my lord?
aware that you cannot comment.
My
But when
lords.
you receive instructions from
My
your
lords.
client,
But my lord will
as
very-
an
will
as
be
an
very
astute
clear what-
counsel,
My lords.
I'm sure this question must have traversed through your mind that
No.
why this stand is
This
not
is
taken
now
to the
has come
affidavit.
to my mind because he had presented the case simplicity of a compassionate appointment, and he writes his prayer in such a manner. When we take the compassionate part away, he comes with that I should be regularized. I was employed, and when he take away that, no, matter, when he takes away, when we deal with that,
On this side, every day is a learning
My
process.
application is there.
So
You can ask for
therefore, we
Give me the
address
details. You have not given any-
the bar as learned counsels.
my lords,
So therefore,
and
you
it's
tell us.
my lord, that's a fixed matter. My lord, after a week.
30th, my lord, last time you said,
Hmm?
30th of November. If lordship is permissible on the day.
Not 30th.
He has waited 10 years. Let him wait another.
It can be on 5th. Na? 5th, correct?
Fifth.
Not 30th.
Uh,
5th of December.
My lord.
5th of December.
Is my lord passing any order reflecting the stand to my lord today? which is
No,
now-
it is for you to decide. We are
My-
keeping it open.
My lords.
You urge whatever you want to urge. First, you
My lord.
to satisfy the court. What is the process adopted by the corporation for employment? Whether it is compassionate,
lord,
seasonal. If it is seasonal, on what ground? So
My lords.
first, you,
My lord, it can be 7th of. If lordship is 5th is.
it can be any date, but we can't guarantee you that it will be taken
My
up.
lord,
All
my
right,
lord.
7th. Let it be on 7th,
My lord.
as prayed for by the learned.
My lord.
It's a learning process. My lord. I have also learned how to twist prayers, my lord. Oblige, my lord.
7th.
7th, my lord.
Lordship, here in this case, Lordship, we received the instruction, Lordship. And also ready, I ready in affidavit, Lordship. I'll fix
Other date, Lordship.
2012 matter.
Yes, Lordship. Immediately I collect the instruction and already I ready an affidavit, Lordship. And it is for dating,
2012
Lordship.
matter, what affidavit is necessary?
Lordship, here in this case, Lordship.
What is this dismissal?
Yes, Lordship, dismissal and the grievances of the petitioner is that the enquiry report was not furnished to him, Lordship. That is the case, Lordship.
But nobody has explained why after rule being issued in 2012,
Yes,
the matter
Lordship.
comes up in 2023.
Lack
Came
of
up, but it
his
never
initiative,
reached.
Lordship.
Huh?
Came up, but it never reached.
No, but then there will be some orders, na? Leftover or something like that. Nothing is there.
Nothing was there. But I was waiting for a number of days.
Yes.
Lordship, fix it after 2 weeks,
No, no,
Lordship.
see, affidavit now will entail a reply affidavit, rejoinder affidavit. What is the point here? You produce the records,
Yes, Lordship. I will.
all these records you produce.
Yes, Lordship. I will.
Mr. J.K. Goswami, learned counsel for the petitioner, submits that praise for filing a reply, an affidavit in the matter. Stop. This court has noticed that the rule in the matter was issued as far back as 16/7/2012. And the matter was thereafter listed on 14/9/2012. Subsequently, the matter was listed on 12/10/2023. No orders of the court or of the registry are available to indicate why the matter was not listed between 14/9/2012 to 12/10/2023. Mr. So-and-so learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the matter was listed, but because of the business of the court did not permit the matter to be taken up, it was left over on several dates. Be that as it may, considering the fact that this matter has been pending since 2012, we decline the prayer made by the learned counsel for the respondent. Instead, we direct the relevant records, the case relating to the departmental proceedings leading to dismissal of the petitioner from service, be placed before the court for perusal. When can you do it?
Lordship, after 2 weeks.
After.
Yeah.
December.
Lordship.
Matter be listed on 14 December. Yes, Mr. Khan.
May I please, Your Lordship? My lord, this matter is relating to promotion from ACS senior grade 2 to ACS senior grade 1. My lord, in the meantime, Lordship, the petitioner has retired from service, and now Lordship is praying for benefits, Lordship, of promotion.
Notional.
My lord, not nothing. My lord, in fact, this is the second round of litigation. In earlier round of litigation, Lordship, we started from in the year 2012, and matter was remanded back in the year 2019, and the impugn order has passed rejecting the claim of the petitioner. Now challenging that, Lordship. My lord, before Lordship going to the fact, may I, Lordship, draw your Lordship attention regarding the procedure of promotion, Lordship.
Regarding the
Procedure of promotion, Lordship. That will have to, Lordship, understand the case, Lordship. That is the Lordship Assam Civil Service Rules 1998.
amendment.
Rule 12.
Assam Civil Service
Rules 1998.
1998. Yes.
My lord, Rule 12.
Rule 12. Yes.
Before the end of each year,
No, let us first see, this is applicable to whom?
applicable for lordship. Lordship, your cadre of post is given, section, rule 3, class and cadre.
Okay,
Well, this rule has been followed in promotion.
yes, then,
Before the end of each year, the appointing authority shall make an assessment of the likely number of vacancies to be filled up by promotion in the next year in each cadre. Well, this is important because there are different types of cadre. So vacancies of the year could be determined in respect of each cadre, that is in category 1. The appointing authority shall then furnish to the board to the following documents and information with regard to as many officers in order of seniority as are eligible for promotion, subject to maximum of 4 times the number of actual vacancies. The information about the number of vacancies, Lordship, may skip A, B, C, D here. Your Lordship may kindly come to subsection sub-rule 3. The appointing authority shall simultaneously request the board to recommend within 1 month a list of officers found suitable for promotion in order of preference in respect of promotion to each of the cadre in which the recruitment is to be made by promotion. The selection shall be made on the basis of merit with due regard to seniority. Provided that the officer for promotion to the cadre of Secretary to the Government of Assam and Commissioner and Secretary to the Government of Assam shall be selected from eligible officer of selection grade on the basis of merit with due regard to seniority. Provided further that an officer, Lordship, regarding suspension, that is not relevant. 5. The board, after examination of the document and information furnished by the appointing authority, shall recommend to the appointing authority a list of officers about double the probable number of vacancies in order of preference found suitable for promotion. Provided that in every case where a junior officer gets preference over a senior officer in the selection list, the board shall record in writing the reason for giving such preference. My lord, sub and substance is there. Lordship, it is the appointing authority, Lordship, who has to assess the number of vacancies for the year in respect of all different categories of employees, Lordship, and that is to be placed before the board of that selection board, and selection board, Lordship, has selected the candidate. That is the twice the number of vacancies, Lordship. Accordingly, Lordship, the appointing authority, Lordship, has determined the vacancies for the year 2010, Lordship. This promotion is pertaining to, Lordship, the year of pertaining to the vacancies of the year 2010.
Yes.
My lord, as per rule, Lordship, they have determined the vacancy position is 17. In fact, Lordship, the total vacancy was 24. But
for which year? 2010?
2010. That was the erroneous, my lord, assessment.
So how many vacancies were assessed?
Assessed 17. That is, your Lordship will find at page 20 in my report.
So you were not in the zone of consideration?
No, that was not covered, Lordship, because my serial position was 26 and 4 persons were not recommended. My position came to 22. If vacancies is rightly assessed, Lordship, that is 24, then my position would come. Because my position, although it was, Lordship, 26, but it will come to 22. My lord, page 20 is the
of the
requisition. This is the minutes of the meeting held on 8/9/2011. That was, Lordship, in respect of 2010, 9 and 2010. But my case is, Lordship, consists to in for the year 2010. That is, your Lordship will find the relevant page 21. Your Lordship may, for a moment, Lordship, page 20 just after the name of the member present. The selection board consider the cases of promotion from senior grade 2 to senior grade 1 of the ACS for the year 2009 and 2010. My lord, the below part is relating to 2009. I am not concerned with 2009. And your lordship will come to page 21. That is promotion from senior grade 2 to senior grade 1 of the ACS for the year 2010.
So your grievance is that had the vacancies been assessed correctly,
Correctly,
you'd have been included in the zone of
my
consideration.
lord,
And then your name perhaps would have been considered.
my lord,
But it was not taken, the entire vacancies were not taken into
my
consideration.
lord, that is,
And thereby you were left out.
my lord.
What is the stand of the department in
My
that?
lord, whatever lordship, after remanding the matter to the government lordship has rejected the claim of the petitioner. And in that order lordship, they have found that they have not consider three number of vacancies. According to them, although it was lordship, they have considered from 30/6/2010. They have considered the vacancies up to the date of 30/10/2010. From 1/7/2010 to 31/12/2010, that vacancy was not considered. Because these 17 people have been appointed against the clear vacancies up to 30/6/2010.
These vacancies arose when? These
These 7 post lordship
uh,
arises vacancies lordship from 1/7/2010 to 31/12/2010. These vacancies were arising.
no,
But-
you said how many? 24.
24, 17 plus
17 plus 7.
7, 24. These
So
7 posts,
17 clear vacancies.
17 clear vacancies up to 30/6/2010. Up to that part, lordship, they have determined the vacancy. But as per provision,
And
vacancy-
these 7 vacancies also became clear vacancies in 2010.
2010, because that is from 1/7. I have a record on that lordship because from RTI I have obtained all those documents. My lord, while rejecting my claim, they are saying that only during that period, 3 vacancies were there. 4 vacancies the lordship there. My lord, if your lordship kindly come to just paragraph lordship 10 on my 10 of my writ petition. How these 7 vacancies has been arises during the year 2010. Your lordship will find I have given the vacancy position. Lordship, paragraph 10 in my writ petition.
Yes, yes.
Paragraph
Carry on,
10,
please.
lordship.
Carry on, please.
In my writ petition, after going through the relevant record, the petition, my lord, this is in RTA application, I have been given the opportunity to inspect the document. There were gross irregularity in the
Now,
assessment.
1 minute. In this writ petition was earlier disposed of
Yes,
by an order of this court,
yes, lordship.
which was passed in on 10/5.
On yes, lordship, 10/5/2009.
10/5. So after that, what happened? Government considered.
Considered and rejected that.
Where is that order of rejection?
That is your lordship will find at page 58.
58.
Right.
Your name will come when?
Under 2010.
In 17 vacancies, your name will not come.
Will not come.
Then does it come in two more vacancies, 3 more vacancies? How many vacancies will it come?
My lord, up to my position will come 22. In 22.
I'm not asking you that. 17 vacancies, you are not in the zone of consideration. If there was 18 vacancies, would you have been in zone of consideration? When would you have been in zone of consideration?
Up to 22, lordship, if that vacancies is 22, then my zone of consideration will come.
That means 5. 5 more vacancies.
Yes.
5 more vacancies would have been considered. You would have come into the zone of consideration.
Then my zone of consideration will come.
What is the finding here?
My lord, finding that is your lordship will find page 59.
59.
This is the final conclusion, paragraph 14, Lordship.
Paragraph 40.
Allegation of Siri Hawk regarding the irregularities in the determination of vacancies is not based on fact. As per record, it is seen that there is no discrepancy in the vacancy determination for the year 2010 for promotion to the senior grade 1 of ACS. Yeah, Lordship, they have specifically made that there was no discrepancy. Again, in the page 60, they have admitted that 3 vacancies were there. It is seen that 3 vacancies occurred, that is, your Lordship will come. 1/6/2010 to 31/12/2010 due to retirement of series so 3 posts. Lordship, these the 3 incumbents were retired after 1/36/2010. But my stand is that, Lordship, during this period, 7 vacancies were there. I have, Lordship, the documents and Lordship, that is your Lordship. That's why, Lordship, I am drawing a Lordship regarding the statement made in paragraph 10 in my repetition. I have given the details of 7 vacancies. But case 8 in my repetition. 1 vacancy arose due to promotion of Dhrubajyoti Hazare.
According to the department, only 3 vacancies arose.
Yes, according to the department. Now my reply to this paragraph, your Lordship, may also go.
Yes, who's for the respondent?
Lordship, I am attending for the petition.
His case is within a very short compass.
Yes.
There were 17 vacancies assessed
Lordship.
for the year 2010. Now, as per the rules, it is 3 times.
No. Yes.
Zone of consideration?
Zone of, Lordship, vacancy is to be determined and the zone of consideration is 4 times.
4 times.
4 times, and the board will consider 2 times of the vacancy.
All right. Whatever it may be, so 17 vacancies. As per the seniority, his name was not considered, was not in the zone of consideration. His claim is that there ought to have been 24 vacancies
Lordship.
for 2010. So the assessment of vacancies were not correctly made. They ought to have been made, and accordingly, he ought to have been considered for promotion. Now, if you come to he approaches this court relegates him to file an affidavit. You come to page number 44.
Lordship.
Paragraph 9, there is a finding of the court that as on 1/6/2010 to 31/12/2010, there are 5 vacant posts, which means these are 5 over and above 17.
Lordship.
So it is the claim of the petitioner that if it is 5 vacant posts, then his name ought to have been considered. Whereas the department disposes of the representation
Lordship.
at page 60.
Yes, Lordship.
At the last line, you see that his name would not have reached as there are 4 officers above him.
Yes,
recommended for
Lordship. Lordship may kindly peruse because he has read point number 14 only. Lordship may kindly peruse point number 13 also.
Point 13 where?
Page 59.
Okay. No, I am not on that.
Yes,
What I am
Lordship.
saying is that there is a finding of the court. This para 9, page 44 is the finding of the court.
Yes, Lordship.
Now, if this finding is not correct, then you have to take steps. Otherwise, you are bound by this finding.
After this,
The representation was disposed of.
yes, Lordship.
So
So
representation,
everything has been, Lordship, yes, there is reference of this order or this honorable court also, Lordship. Yes. Because everything has been taken care of. If I read for a Lordship, paragraph 1 to 3, I am skipping, Lordship, of page 58. Paragraph 4, in his representation, Sri so-and-so has cited 12 of so-and-so and alleged that the department failed to adhere to the rules in filling up vacancies. He has also submitted that in the meeting held on so-and-so, it was decided to keep 2 cases in seal cover and keep 2 posts vacant. Sri Hawk also states that in the meeting held on so his name appeared as serial number 26, but 3 officers were not recommended for promotion and 1 officer retired before issuance of the order. His name moved up to serial number 22. Sri Hawk ACS retired states that his name was not included in the recommendations made by the selection board in the meeting held on so-and-so for the vacancies of 2011. Although he was eligible and he was there in service till 31/12/2011. Sri Hawk ACS retired further states that there were gross irregularities in the determination of vacancies, that 6 vacancies arising during 1/6/2010 to 31/12/2010 were not included in the vacancies of 2010 and were rather kept against the vacancies for the year 2011. Then I'm skipping 8th Lordship. After going through his representation and scrutiny of all relevant rules and records, it is found that the submission of Sri Hawk so-and-so does not hold merit. 10. Sri Hawk ACS retired referred to 12(1) of Assam Civil Services Rule 1998 and has stated that the department should make assessment of vacancies for the whole year. The fact is that Rule 12(1) clearly says that vacancies arises in a year that is from 1st January to 31st December are to be filled up in the next year. For example, the vacancies arising from 1/1/2010 to 31/12/2010 can be filled up in the subsequent year, that is in 2011. Sri Jedem Hawk ACS retired has further submitted that the promotion for the vacancies of 2009 was not made in due time and as such considered along with the vacancies for the year 2010. As per record, it is found that the selection board meeting for promotion to senior grade 1 of ACS for filling up the vacancies of 2008, 9 and 10 could not be held in time due to pendency of SLP civil number so-and-so in the apex court. As per interim order dated 12/11/2007, the Honorable Supreme Court had directed the respondent authorities to maintain status quo. Thereafter, on disposal of the SLP by judgment dated so-and-so, the interstate seniority of the 1986 direct recruitment and the PR promotion recruitment batches were recasted as on 1/10/2008 by order number so-and-so date 36/2011. Thereafter, the selection board meeting for filling up vacancies of 2008 was held on 27/1/2011. And later, another meeting was held on 8/9/2011 for filling up the vacancies for the year 2009 and 10. As the meeting of the selection board was not held in time for the vacancies of year 2008, 9 and 10, the selection board decided to give retrospective promotion to the officers who were deprived due to delay as explained above. Accordingly, 3 officers who had retired prior to the meeting of the selection board were also recommended for promotion as they were in service prior to 1/6/2010. This was done as a special case and not followed in issuing promotion order in respect of vacancies of 2011 and of subsequent years. Then Sri Hawk ACS retired stated that the officers who were kept in cell cover were not given the retrospective promotion. In this regard, OM dated so-and-so of personnel department may be referred. This clearly states that the officers against whom departmental proceedings or criminal proceedings are pending, decisions about their promotion should be kept in seal cover, which means that a post should be kept vacant for the officer. Sri Shamsher Singh so-and-so was imposed a penalty of censure and as such was not recommended for promotion retrospectively. Then Sri Sohak submitted that in the meeting of the said selection board dated 8/9/2011, his name stood at serial number 26, but as per recommendation, his name appeared at serial number 22. There are 17 vacancies for the year 2010. Still, his name was not included in zone of consideration. Sri Hawk so-and-so stated that his name was not considered by the selection board in making recommendations against the vacancies 2011, although he was in service till 31/12/2011. The meeting for consideration of promotion against the vacancies 2011 was held on 27/3/2012. And Sri Jedem Hawk, having retired on 31/12/2011, his name was not included in the zone of consideration.
So that is what we are trying to tell you,
Yes.
that your representation has held that there are only 3 vacancies. beyond 17 vacancies.
Yes,
And as a consequence thereof, his name is not included. But
yes.
this is contrary to a finding of this court. This court has
But this has been
returned-
explained, Lordship, the three
Oh, your
retired
explanation cannot override an order of the court. Please understand that.
Lordship.
Para 9, page 44.
Yes, Lordship,
Then there's a finding.
Lordship.
If you think this is incorrect, not correct, then you have to
Definitely,
take
Lordship.
appropriate steps.
Yes.
You cannot say that this finding is incorrect. We are bound by it. I am bound by it. Coordinate bench.
Lordship, then I may be allowed to take instruction on that particular point, even though we have filed the affidavit, Lordship. On that particular query, I have to appraise your Lordship.
When were the
regarding
promotions given?
this.
Promotion given Lordship with effect from Lordship,
No, not with effect. When were the orders passed?
order passed on Lordship, promotion order was 29/12/2011,
And with effect from?
my lord. I retired from
31/12.
service on 31/12/2011.
Now you see, they were given in 2011.
My lord, my prayer in that requisition was dual, Lordship. Either promotion for the year 2010, vacancy of 2010, 11, or 2000 promotion for the year 2012. Because 2012 promotion was given for the vacancies of 2011. At that time, I was in service. If my prayer was that if my case is not considered covered under 2011, but it should be covered under 2012.
Or later obtain the instructions then.
That particular point, Lordship, page
That can
44.
be- Lordship may keep
Matter
keep a start at Lordship.
stands adjourned at the request of MS M. Bhattacharya to obtain required instructions in respect of the number of vacancies available for the year 2000, for the period 1/6. What is that? 1/6?
Actually, Lordship, here लिखे
1/6/2010 to 31/12/2010.
31/12/2010 in the cadre of, what is the cadre?
is ACS senior grade 1.
ACS Senior Grade 1. Stop. These instructions are necessary as there is a finding by coordinate bench in its order dated 10/5/2019, passed in WPC 5281 of 2012, that from 1/6/2010 to 31/12/2010, there were 5 vacant posts of senior grade 1, which were available because of superannuation of the incumbents. Stop. Whereas the representation, whereas the order dated 13th August 2019, which is impugned, this is the impugned order, impugned in the present writ petition, reflects that there were only 3 vacancies during that period. Under such circumstances, the instructions as sought for be placed before the court by the next date fixed, based on. When can you get it?
23rd.
Huh? 23rd. Lordship may kindly fix it around on 11 or 12.
Right. 12
12.
December.
Let me tell you that's part of it.
Not Parthad. What
Because
Parthad?
Lordship,
Parthad would mean every day.
My lord, I have filed two IA in this case for early hearing. This case is listed
You make a mention. You make a mention.
on the strength of
On 12th, you make a mention if required. We-
Lordship is available.
You make a mention. What
No,
would
the
you?
issue is very short term because person is now seven.
Parthad or no Parthad, we'll take it up. If this bench is available, we'll take it up. That is what we are trying to tell you.
That is why if different benches.
Different bench is a part of the same court. Can't be helped.
May not reach, that is the possibility. 19 minutes.
Yes.
Obliged.
Deeply obliged, sir.
Yes. DP matter. Okay, we'll pass orders. You give us the copy. These records. Have you filed any list of dates, synopsis or something like that? No.
Records, my lord, we have placed.
Record. All right, we pass orders.
Yes. Obliged.
Disposed, huh? Disposed.